Hey everybody, this is a 2025 Solace 32 CS, and I thought I would run through some of the unique features about this boat, some of the things that I find interesting, and there are a lot of interesting things about this boat. If you haven't heard of a Solace, it's a very high-end boat built down in the Central Florida area, and it's a fabulous boat. All right, first of all, it's a stepped hull. Let me show you these steps. If you're not familiar with steps and hulls, these openings and the chine, as you go back, the opening and the chine, and you've got two of them, there's one here and one here, and what you're doing is you're allowing air to come in when you're running, and allowing air to come in, enter here. It creates bubbles on the running surface behind it, which makes the boat more slippery, which makes the boat faster. Let me show you, let me go underneath this boat and show you this. You can see where the step ends there, and then you come up about an inch and you got a different running surface. That difference there creates air, and that air runs across the bubbles, run across the surface, and it makes the boat faster and slipperier. You can also, while we're here, you also see this has two transducers. It has this 1 kilowatt transducer here, and then you've got the side view transducer on the center line there on the keel, which is all factory installed. But back to the chine, these steps, they make the boat fast. One of the downsides to them is that by introducing that air underneath the boat, when you take the boat into a turn, it can kind of feel like it skips out because it's not as planted as you might see with a conventional bottom. So what Solace has done, which nobody else has done, Solace has created this chine that has this little inner wall on it. You can see it right here, and this is on the second step. Let me back up here. This is on the second step. The first step is there. The chine here is flat, and then as you come back to this aft step, this is where the chine has this notch in it, and what happens is you can see the notch there. It catches the water when you go into a turn, and it prevents the boat from skipping out. It prevents the stern from sliding sideways as you're in a hard turn. Very interesting and innovative. The other thing they've done are these little cutaways here allow these steps to suck in more air more quickly. As the water's running down the surface here, you get separation, so you end up allowing more air to get into this area, which is what you want. So anyway, and it also looks great too. I think that's very cool. All right, so that's one of the unique features. Let's go with another, and that's the windshield. So the Solace boat is designed by Steve Doherty. The Doherty family has been in the boat business for years and years. The last company they owned was Everglades, and you've seen a similar windshield except it was hydraulic in the Everglades. This is electric. So we're here on the dash. You just push the button, and you got these really heavy-duty electric actuators that raise this glass panel. So super heavy duty. You can see the hinge here. Nobody else that I know of is doing this. One of the unique things about Solace is they do so much fabrication there at their facility. So all of these fittings here, these are all custom made at Solace. So anyway, I think that's another cool feature of the boat that is unique. Another item, the powder coating. All of this is welded up at Solace. What's unusual about this is most manufacturers are outsourcing the metal work. They do it all in-house, and then the material that you see on here, usually this is all powder coated, but with Solace they're painting this surface, so it's a much more durable surface. If it should get dented or scratched, it can be repaired, which you cannot really do with powder coat. So I think that's ultimately a nice advantage. You can see how nice those welds are. It's really well done. All right, another unique feature. On the these windshield frame areas that create the house side and the support for the hardtop, unique about that, this is done in carbon fiber to make these light and super strong. So another unique feature. Other thing I really like that they do, I can show you this in the hardtop, there are a bunch of surfaces that come together. So the outer part of the hardtop, the top of the hardtop, and the bottom of the hardtop are two separate pieces, and they have to be, once everything's laid up, it creates a seam here because there's an outer and an inner piece. But what they do at Solace is they finish the seam area so that it looks like it's all one piece. A lot of the manufacturers will just dab on gel coat here, and it has a crinkled finish. This is fully polished and has a fabulous look to it. You see the same thing on the door here. It's the same thing. It's a small thing, but the man hours it takes to finish that off to that level is very high. It's taking the boat to a level that a lot of other manufacturers are not willing to do. All right, another unique feature. So on this boat, the cushions are not held on with any snaps. There are no snaps there, but they are held on. And you see how that's snapped into place? So what they've done is there are magnets in the cushions, and they're magnets that are laminated into the fiberglass structure of the deck. And so it holds all these in place so they don't fly out. So you've got these cushions that's done with. In the stern, there's some more cushions. That seat is held on the same way. This cutting board is held on the same way. If we lift this up, you can see the magnets there. The magnets are laminated in the glass. You put it down, and it locks into place. Very cool. And then the one last thing, cup holders. So you notice there are no cup holders over here in the gunnels, but there are magnets in the deck, and there's a magnet in the bottom of the cup holder. So you drop it down, and it holds it in place. Very cool. You have one there, one on this side behind. Anyway, another cool feature. Let's see. Oh, something else I really like about this boat. Down here in the bilge area, I'll do other videos that talk about some of the uniqueness about this boat, but one of the things I love is looking around the bilge area. And when I first saw this boat, I looked back there and said, what in the world? So those are the pickups for these are the sea strainers for the live well pumps. On the back of each, there are two live wells in this boat, and on the back of that silver canister, which has a filter in it, is the very large live well pump. And then you can see this whole structure there is all to get fresh water in for the live well and have it filtered. They also do these very cool seacocks levers here, so you don't have to get all the way in there. You just turn the lever and it closes the seacock. Open and close. And then that rod goes back and closes that off. You can't really see it in there, but this is all a vacuum bagged boat. All the pieces are vacuum bagged in it. Very high-tech construction. You got a dual bilge pump set up there, which is nice. And the other thing, the final thing I'll do in this video, is they've made use of all this lost space on so many other boats. So if you look underneath the gunnel here, you got the hose reel here. You got fresh and raw water washdown. You got this hydrocoil hose and this custom-made aluminum holder for it. Keeps it in place, makes it easy to get on and off. Very smart idea. You go forward, they have the lockers for the fire extinguishers, and it's all done in fiberglass. It's a remarkable amount of detail. Also, you can see all the latches on this boat. You see these latches all the time on boats, but this roller side, this roller piece catch on the inside is unique, so that when it closes, it rolls and locks into place and it doesn't rattle. Then you've got this recess here to store odds and ends. So by most manufacturers, this is just a, see if I can get my finger in there, just a solid piece of fiberglass that goes up, but they've taken the time to mold in this shelf here for storage. And then up here in the bow, you've got another storage locker here. tackle locker here. On the other side, trash can receptacle. And then more storage here, back down this side. So really unique. Oh, one other item. All right, so on the freshwater washdown, they have a valve here, so you can choose on the washdown on either side of the boat whether you want it to be fresh or raw water simply by turning the valve. So you've got fresh and raw water on both sides on these hoses. Here's another hose on that side. You can see this rod storage underneath on this side. Well, I hope you like that quick tour of some of the unique features of the Solace. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.